Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy, and today we're going to unbox an Imperial Speeder bike from the TV show Rebels. So let's go cut this thing loose, come on. Alright guys, here we are today with an Imperial Speeder, and we are going to unbox this today. And before we get that far, let me just quickly spin the packaging around, let you guys take a look at it. And so, of course, on the back here, what you have is a photograph of the vehicle and the figure that it comes with, the ATDP pilot. And then, of course, you have a very quick and small description of the character and vehicle. And I'll go ahead and read that to you guys. ATDP pilots are elite ground vehicle pilots for the Empire. Equipped with unique armor, they are formidable opponents for all of the Empire's enemies. And there is your character description. And of course, this character and vehicle are actually from the TV show Rebels. And I know it has Rogue One packaging, but that's just how they do the packaging for toys. This thing actually came out while the Rogue One toys were on the shelves, so it gets Rogue One packaging. That's why you have that. So let's unbox this thing. Let's check this thing out. Yeah, very good. No glue. All right. And here is the ATDP pilot. And we'll take a closer look at him in a second. Oh, okay. And that's just some paperwork. They want you to download their app for the action figures. Okay. Very nice. Here it is. And there's another version of the speeder bike you can get that actually comes with Ezra Bridger, and it's a little bit different color, and it doesn't have this big cannon thing on the side. And as you can see, there's a large cannon on this thing, and it's basically the same vehicle. It's just got a few design differences. And here is a bit closer look at the projectile. And this is obviously what you're going to insert into the little cannon on the side there. Alright, so looking at all the functions on this thing, most obvious thing up front is, of course, the projectile. And so if you look down the... I'm trying to see here if this thing actually rotates or anything. No, not really. I thought it might rotate a little bit. But there's a little hole here, obviously, and there's a little... It's like a keyhole shape. And I'm not really getting a good light in there, unfortunately, so you can kind of see it. But anyway, what I'm trying to show you is that, so you have this little tab that's on the projectile. You have to make sure you're inserting it into the cannon in the proper direction for it to work properly. And then, of course, you'll hear it click into position. And then, as you can see here, there's a little trigger mechanism on the top, and so you're just gonna fire. And let's see here. Very cool. Works very well. All right. So then, just looking at this thing a little bit closer, the other things I'm seeing is these are the foot pedals right here for the figure, and you can see they move back and forth. You can actually see there's a little peg on the pedal that is for inserting the trooper's foot on there, so it'll stay on there. And then underneath doesn't appear to be a whole lot. The other thing you'll see that moves too, if you look at the handlebars on the vehicle, they move too. You can see they slide back and forth. And that makes it a little bit easier to get the figure in and out and place him and adjust him if you have a little bit of mobility or movement in these pedals and handlebars. Trust me, it makes a difference. But as you can see, the handlebars swing up and down independently of each other. And then the final thing that this thing has is it actually has a trunk compartment. So if you open it up, you can store some weapons or accessories in there if you want. And actually, as I was saying, this is a copy, or not a copy, but another version of the speeder that comes with Ezra Bridger. And so when you get Ezra Bridger, this little tab here, right here in the trunk, that actually is where you snap his lightsaber in. And apparently they didn't change that, or his lightsaber handle. It hides in the trunk, and that's what this little tab is for. It snaps on there. And then when you flip it over, you're also going to see there's this little notched out piece here. And that's where you would stick Ezra Bridger's lightsaber blade. And the reason for that is because in the show, the Rebels, the time period it's set, it's after Order 66. So, of course, it's a bad thing to be a Jedi. And so you have to hide that fact. So they have to smuggle or hide their lightsabers and hide the fact that they're Jedis. And that's why you have... But the reason I'm pointing this out to you guys is just trying to show you that this is almost an exact copy of the Ezra Bridger one. So if you want this kind of speeder bike, you can get it, and then you can decide, do you want the Imperial version or do you want the Rebels version that has a different paint job and a different character. So, but that is the speeder. So let's put this to the side real quick and look at the trooper. So here he is. And of course you're going to get a blaster rifle and pilot. So here he is up close. And it's a very nice looking trooper. I really like the design of these guys. And I could be wrong about this, but I believe the first time these characters appeared are in the TV show Rebels. So, and let's see here. I'm just trying to see if this helmet pops off, but of course it doesn't. Okay, so real quick, let's run through his movements here. So, full head rotation, a little bit of wiggle, just shoulder articulation, and then of course you're going to have to sit him on the speeder bike, so of course we're going to have good hip movement on this guy. So there you go, and that appears to be it. And real quick here, I'll just show you guys his blaster. Appears to be an E11 to me. It's not the most accurate version of what I've seen, but I think they're getting the point across. So let's check out how he holds this thing. So, okay, very good. He's got a real good grip on it, which is of course what you want to see. So, and both his hands, because some figures are going to have different, the way they sculpt the hands may be different depending on the figure. But because this guy's going to go on a speeder bike and hold handlebars, both of his hands are pretty much identical. So you don't have to worry about that, but we'll go ahead and check it anyway. Let's see how he holds this blaster in the other hand. So yeah, very good. It's in there nice and tight. And you can actually hear me trying to squeeze it in there. It is a little bit stiff, a little bit tricky getting it in there, but there you go. But let's go ahead and stick his blaster in the trunk. All right, and let's see how he rides on the speeder bike. Okay. So, should be fairly easy to get him on here because, as I was saying earlier, we have the foot pedals have a little bit of movement to them. Okay, and see, I can already feel the foot pedals are holding him in so well. You can see he's already on there really well. And I like that. I want to see the figure sticking on there very well, because one thing that kind of irritates me is when you get a figure that comes with a vehicle and he doesn't stay or fit in the vehicle very well. So I appreciate it when they put the effort into making that. His hands are just a little bit small for the handlebars. I'm trying to stick them in there. They do fit. He's got a very tight grip on them. So he fits on this thing very well. He's not coming off. So very cool. So, and you can get him to seat exactly the way you want because you have the adjustable handlebars and foot pegs, but fits on there very nice. Now let's go ahead and load up his projectile. There we go. All right. Very cool. Very cool. Really like this vehicle. It's very nice. And the figure and the mates or interacts with the vehicle very well. I'm just looking to see if there's any other moving parts. You can see you get kind of like a little kickstand here under the foot pedals that help it sit on the ground properly. But other than that, there's not any kind of landing gear or anything like that. But very nice. I like it. I think they did a good job. All right, guys. There he is. This is your AT-DP pilot with Imperial Speeder from the TV show Rebels. So thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. And if you're finding me for the first time and you're enjoying the content, please subscribe to the channel. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.